Crypto fans, how are we today? Or whatever time zone you're in. So I'm CryPTOMAXX. This is CryPTOMAXX News. I really appreciate you stopping by and supporting the channel. I am, I got to say, this is all for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not for investment purposes. It's just to talk about crypto and hopefully whatever I do say, some of the research helps you identify some things that you're interested in as well. See how easy that is? I am a new channel, so if you would like and subscribe, if you do that and watch all the way through, if that helps, right? How the algorithm that YouTube uses in order to try to get a new channel going is all those things are important. But you get a commitment back from me. I'm going to go work my butt off to try to find things that are interesting because I do a lot of the connect the dots behind the scenes stuff like I'm going to show you today. And I decided that I am going to talk about China for just I know everybody's talking about China today because of the whole ban and everything, but I'm going to tell you something really interesting about that, how it could really benefit Ripple. But like, subscribe, follow, does help me. Appreciate it. Get that out of the way. Let's real quick just take a look what the market is doing. I'm going to refresh because, boy, it's kind of just doing some, I've been watching this. I picked up some Ethereum under 3 here today. And this, again, not financial advice. But we'll see. Now that the stock market has closed for the week and they can stop doing their little thing, they're probably all at their parties and after hours stuff. So leave crypto alone for a little bit. They manipulate the market so bad, it's crazy. So I'm hoping that we see this really move up. All right, so China. So everybody is attributing this latest dip to China. China wants to open up their digital yuan, and that is first part of February 2022. And a lot of people are just like, okay, they're trying to get that out there. But I want to tell you, if you're an XRP fan, there is really some potential bullish news on this, if in fact they keep this, because China's banned crypto who knows how many times. In this case, they're banning the sale and exchange stuff. You can still hold it. It's not illegal to hold, but any new stuff they're banning. Well, think about this for a second. Central bank digital currency. I have done 2 uploads this week on central bank digital currency. It is the hot thing. The European Central Bank came out and said, listen, we need to move up our time frame to get CBDCs out there because crypto is changing the financial market. Go look at that upload I did, and it was just a couple days ago. So let's see. Here, it's this one right here. Ripple partners with Bhutan. Then I talk about it. Actually, there's a couple of them, right? That was the second one. The other one, I'll find it. I don't want to go searching too much. But anyway, central bank digital currency is going to become huge because, all the countries don't want to lose ground to crypto. Well, now they're going to have to interact in this digital manner, right? Where it's living in a digital form. Well, guess what? Who has done cross-border payments with digital currencies first, best, with most partners across the globe? Ripple. So, see where I'm going with that? If they start speeding up even more the adoption of CBDCs, which is perfect, and this is exactly what happened today. This is all because with the China thing, this is what's going on. They're trying to set the platform for the digital yuan to be as successful out the gate as possible because a lot of people just, nobody trusts China. Okay, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, right? Which is Kevin O'Leary. He said that exact thing. Go look at one of his TikToks, and it talks about it, how nobody trusts China, so they all want to settle in the US dollar. And that's why it's really important to think about if China has a CBDC, right? They're going to want a bridge in between their money and your money. So this is what that looks like, okay? Sender, whatever form of that country's fiat, is what they call fiat, the dollar in this case, think this is the Filipino peso. I'm not positive. If you know, please put that in the comment, because I'm totally guessing, but that's what I think it might be. I just don't know that symbol. But that's how it happens. Through the ledger, XRP is the bridge currency, and then you come out the other side into wherever it needs to go for whoever's receiving the money. And it's really pretty simple, but the XRPL is complex and it's beautiful, and it's been going forever. And they've got, like I said, 300 plus banks are already embedded with. Beautiful thing. Now, I did promise, real quick, let me do this. I want to pull this up. I promised I'd go over a couple of the highlights for the scariest guy in crypto, the villain of crypto, Mr. Gary Gensler, the SEC chair. He did this interview just a couple days ago. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in crypto. And I'm not kidding. When I say that, this guy is so after crypto, and he wanted to be. This is all planned. They're trying to scare people into submission. They're trying to scare them into willing self-regulation, but they won't provide any guidelines for that to happen. So anyway, I'll stop, because I really want to say a whole lot, but I don't want to kill everybody's time right now doing this. But technology doesn't survive outside public regulatory policies. He believes that if you have technology and you don't come into the policies, there's no way it can survive, period. In 1933, Congress gave power to the SEC to protect investors against fraud. And this one, I should have bolded this one as well. But this one right here, it says broad definition of securities laws and how the SEC can oversee and have robust authority. Yeah, they did too. They really kind of made these things broad, and that's why you see all these problems. And they're going to leave it as broad until Congress does something, right? They're never going to answer the question about whether Bitcoin and ETH are securities. And even though they've said it, it doesn't mean they can't change your mind. And they never really said it on ETH. So I'm telling you, if you're an ETH fan, you should be scared. If you're a crypto fan, you should be scared. They're coming after lending platforms, staking, specifically mentioned. This was beautiful. SEC considers themselves like being a cop on the beat. So feet on the street, the police out there working a beat. That's how they're treating crypto right now. And that he said that words right out of his mouth. It's crazy. So again, more of his few crazy ideas. There's a ton of them. But basically, he says many of these tokens are securities. Some of these, but few, are commodities, but most are securities. It's the exact words. Then he talked about stable coins having attributes of investment contracts. Lost his mind. Okay? Gary Gensler, villain of crypto. So, and again, this is the big question. And I want to tell you, there's talk right now of Ripple moving all operations out, and there has been for a little bit, but moving out of the U.S. because this was the question that the moderator said, and I believe it was the Washington Post. I think it was. So said, would the overregulation push new technology out of the USA? Yes, it will. Guaranteed. If you keep on regulating the way you say you want to regulate, you're going to have companies pack up and move to somewhere that is regulatory friendly to innovation. This is how our world, and it was the Washington Post right here up top. You want to listen. This is how the world works. You want to encourage innovation. So, again, he's just lost his mind. And then I'll leave it on this one. Stable coins are acting like poker chips. The stable coins are poker chips at the casino. Lost his mind. And he's going to come up. Remember all the GameStop thing? They're coming out. They did a detailed report. They're coming out with a report because that all happened in January. But I tell you what, it really, they were not happy that you could have a whole bunch of Reddit guys just through with the market. You know, not that I was happy about it, but, you know, there is a little humor in there where people are like, hey, let's see how mad we can mess. These hedge funds guys have been doing it for years. All right. Novatti. Love what Novatti's doing. Okay. Ripple partnered with Novatti. They came out and announced this today. Another on-demand liquidity corridor to Thailand. So, and that was through Siam Bank. Well, again, here's the ODL. You create the corridor between two countries, and you got banks here and banks there, and now all of a sudden you have the ability to exchange with XRP, and that's just the beauty of it. So, this is the same Novatti, right? And so this is big news. And the more of these that get set up, this is the framework that sets Ripple apart from everybody else. Everybody else is still trying to figure it out. Ripple's already been doing it. 300 plus banks, right? So now all of a sudden you have, sorry about that. Now you have this, was it July? I think this was in July, but I'm not positive. And anyway, I'm not going to go, was it April? Wow, okay. So they opened up a corridor, and it was from Australia to Philippines. Okay, so Novatti signed the deal with Ripple in December of 2020. Already 2 corridors, and guess what else? This right here. Okay, so they signed that deal, and I announced this before. This was the July one. So I announced this before on another video, but this all ties same company, Novatti. So they're kicking butt, creating great partnership with Ripple, and it's going to make a huge difference. This is all setting the stage for everything as it starts to turn. So now keep in mind, it's not till 2022 that the ISO, which is ISO 20022, that's when the gates are opened for everybody to start making their transition. And I believe it's the end of 2025. They have to have all of their systems integrated and upgraded to the new standard, ISO 20022. That's so big because everybody's pushing to move into, the next phase of the financial world. Well, so Identity is the one who created that patent. And that patent is a big deal in Australia because what they're going to do is Swift, who is the Nostro Vostro. Here, let me show you real quick. But basically what happens, Swift comes in, and they're the ones who kind of hold all this transaction right now on the old system. It's a messaging system. But you have to have all this money already sitting just kind of in wait, saying, hey, you have my money, I have your money, is that Nostro Vostro, or vice versa. Well, what ends up happening is that ties up trillions of dollars just sitting there. It doesn't have to sit there now. Ripple XRP takes that out of the equation. You free up cash flow, and cash flow is king. I want to tell you, it's not just bottled up in 2 different places. It's now just free. You get your XRP in the ledger, and it converts it, and away you go. And it does it in seconds, not 4, 5, or 7 days. That's how it works today. It has to be checked, and there's so many antiquated ways about that. But such a huge piece. Well, what ended up happening was Identity came through, and they said, we're going to create an upgrade to our existing patent. And now what it's going to do is it's going to allow Swift, the old school company, 50-year-old infrastructure, it's going to allow them to utilize this patent and tokenize the areas that they haven't been able to upgrade. And the tokenization, it was mentioned heavily in there with Ripple. So everything is, I know people get impatient. I do too. I want to see my Ripple just take off like a rocket right now, my XRP. But just be patient, because the things that are coming around the corner, again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go buy XRP, but this is the stuff behind the scenes that's going to make it capable of doing what we think it can do. So, I don't know. pick out a name for your rocket, and hopefully we're launching to the moon. So appreciate you supporting my channel. I'm CryptoMaxx. This is CryptoMaxx News. Like, subscribe, follow. I'll be back tomorrow.